Let's now shift our attention to the Partygate scandal. The British Prime Minister and Chancellor have been fined for breaking lockdown rules during the pandemic. This is the first time that a Prime Minister and a Chancellor have been fined for breaking the law. Their own law, to be precise, while in office. However, Johnson has denied any wrongdoing, has claimed that he was not aware that he broke his government's rule. Johnson has further made it clear that he will not resign. Rather, he will work towards tackling the country's issues.
Today, I've received a fixed penalty notice from the Metropolitan Police relating to an event in Downing Street on the 19th of June 2020. And let me say immediately that I've paid the fine and I once again offer a full apology. And I accept in all sincerity that people had the right to expect better. And now I feel an even greater sense of obligation to deliver on the priorities of the British people, strengthening our economy, creating jobs and opportunities, levelling up across the whole of the United Kingdom.
The fines relate to the parties held in Downing Street during strict lockdown in the country, which likely includes a gathering in the Cabinet Room for Johnson's birthday party in June 2020, with Rishi Sunak in attendance. However, Downing Street has given out no details on how many events the Prime Minister will be fined for or how much the amount of the fine is. The police have been investigating at least 12 gatherings. Meanwhile, political opponents and some members of the governing Conservative Party have stressed on Johnson's resignation. British opposition leader Keir Starmer led calls for Johnson and Sunak's resignation after the pair were hit with fines for breaking COVID-19 rules.
My thoughts are with all of those who did the right thing and for whom this is a real slap in the face. They made the most unimaginable, heart-wrenching sacrifices, and many were overcome by guilt at not seeing elderly relatives, not going to funerals or weddings, or even seeing the birth of their own children. But the guilty men are the Prime Minister and the Chancellor. They've dishonoured all of that sacrifice. They've dishonoured their office. This is the first time in the history of our country that a Prime Minister has been found to be in breach of the law. And then he lied repeatedly to the public about it. Britain deserves better. They have to go.
The allegations of lockdown parties have brought Johnson's premiership to the brink. Earlier this year, more than a dozen of his own MPs had publicly called on him to resign. The parties held at Downing Street in 2020 and 2021 have enraged the British public, who were asked to comply with the COVID-19 restrictions at a time when the British Prime Minister himself flouted COVID-19 rules. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.